What if I told you that turning 80 brings 6 predictable life changes, and the seniors who thrive are simply those who prepared for them in advance? Today, you'll discover the 6 universal changes that happen to virtually every senior at 80, plus the specific science-backed strategies to adapt successfully so you maintain independence, joy, and quality of life instead of struggling unnecessarily. And change number 4. It's the one most seniors refuse to acknowledge until it's too late, yet Johns Hopkins research shows preparing for it 6 months early can preserve your independence for an additional decade. Lucille turned 80 last year, completely unprepared for the changes that hit her seemingly overnight. Her sleep became erratic, her social circle shrank dramatically, and tasks that were easy at 75 suddenly felt overwhelming. Her sister Vivian, who turned 80 3 years ago, sailed through the same transition because she'd learned what to expect and prepared accordingly. The difference wasn't genetics or luck. It was simply knowing what was coming and adjusting proactively. Change 1. Your sleep architecture transforms completely. The sleep you had at 70 will not be the sleep you have at 80. This is biology, not insomnia. And understanding this difference will save you years of unnecessary worry and frustration. Research from Harvard Medical School shows that adults over 80 experience fundamental changes in sleep architecture that are completely normal and expected. Your deep sleep phases become shorter and less frequent. You'll wake up 4 to 6 times per night, even when nothing is wrong. Your natural bedtime shifts earlier to 8 or 9 p.m. You'll wake earlier in the morning whether you want to or not, and you'll feel legitimately sleepy in the afternoon. These aren't symptoms of a sleep disorder. They're the result of changes in your brain's sleep-wake regulation system, alterations in melatonin production, and shifts in your circadian rhythm that happen to virtually everyone who reaches this age. Most seniors waste tremendous energy fighting these natural changes, lying awake frustrated at 3 a.m., wondering what's wrong with them, or forcing themselves to stay up until 11 p.m. because that's when they used to go to bed. This resistance causes chronic stress that actually makes sleep quality worse, increases your risk of nighttime falls when you're groggy and confused, stumbling to the bathroom, and creates unnecessary anxiety about health conditions that don't actually exist. The National Sleep Foundation confirms that seniors who fight their changing sleep patterns experience significantly more daytime fatigue, cognitive difficulties, and mood problems than those who simply adjust their schedules to match their body's new rhythms. You're not developing insomnia. Your brain is simply operating on a different schedule now, and that's perfectly normal. Kenneth, 82, fought his new sleep pattern for 2 years, feeling frustrated every time he woke at 2 a.m. and exhausted from trying to stay awake past 9 p.m. Once he accepted the changes and adjusted his schedule, going to bed at 8:30 p.m., planning for brief afternoon rest, and reading calmly during nighttime awakenings, his quality of life improved dramatically. Here's your action plan starting right now. Embrace earlier bedtimes without guilt, typically between 8 and 9 p.m. when your body naturally signals tiredness. Plan for one 20-minute daytime rest period, usually in early afternoon. Keep your bedroom very dark, but install motion sensor nightlights for safe bathroom trips. Most importantly, stop labeling these normal age-related changes as problems needing medical solutions. The beauty of accepting rather than fighting these changes is immediate relief from anxiety and significantly better actual sleep quality. When you stop lying awake, worrying about why you're awake, you fall back asleep faster. When you go to bed, when your body wants to instead of when you think you should, you sleep more soundly. Accept these changes before 80 arrives, and you'll sleep peacefully instead of fighting your own biology for years. Change 2. Your social circle will naturally contract. Why do most people over 80 have fewer than 5 regular social contacts when they had dozens just a decade earlier? Stanford's Center on Longevity found that social circles naturally shrink after 80 due to multiple converging factors that have nothing to do with your personality or likability. Friends develop serious health conditions that limit their ability to socialize. Many relocate to assisted living facilities or move closer to adult children. Some pass away, leaving painful gaps in your social network. Reduced driving ability or loss of a driver's license limits your geographic reach. And honestly, you simply have less energy for maintaining distant or casual relationships. Research shows that active social contacts typically reduce by 60–70% between age 70 and 85. And this contraction happens to virtually everyone, regardless of how social they were earlier in life. The danger isn't the contraction itself. It's being caught unprepared when it happens. Waiting until you're already isolated to build new connections is incredibly difficult because loneliness itself reduces motivation and makes social interaction feel harder than it actually is. The University of Michigan found that seniors who experience sudden social isolation have 240% increased depression risk, accelerated cognitive decline measurable within just 6 months, rapid physical decline, including weakened immune function, and significantly higher mortality rates compared to those who maintained even minimal social connection. Your brain needs regular social stimulation, just like your body needs food and water. Isolation literally damages brain structure and function in ways that become harder to reverse the longer it continues. After turning 80, Brenda noticed her Wednesday lunch group dissolved as friends moved away or became homebound, leaving her suddenly without her primary social outlet. She proactively joined a senior center within walking distance of her home and rebuilt her social circle locally with people who were also looking for connections. Here's what you must do before turning 80. Intentionally build local connections within your immediate neighborhood or walking distance from your home. Join community groups, senior centers, library programs, or religious organizations that meet regularly nearby. Establish genuine relationships with immediate neighbors through brief daily interactions. Create backup social options before you need them desperately. The key is acting while you still have energy and existing social connections to draw from, not waiting until isolation has already damaged your mental health and motivation. Build your local social foundation before 80, not after isolation has already taken its toll on your well-being. Change. 3. Balance becomes your most important daily focus. At 80, preventing falls becomes more important than any other health goal, more important than diet, more important than exercise, more important than anything else, period. The Centers for Disease Control reports that fall rates double between ages 75 and 80, with 1 in 3 adults over 80 falling at least once annually. At this age, 20% of falls result in serious injuries, including hip fractures, head trauma, or broken bones that require hospitalization. Here's the brutal truth. A hip fracture at 80 permanently ends independent living for more than half of those who experience it. They go from their home to the hospital to a rehabilitation facility to assisted living, never returning to independent life again. This isn't fear-mongering. This is statistical reality that must be taken seriously starting right now. Your balance deteriorates after 80 due to multiple factors happening simultaneously. Inner ear function declines, reducing spatial awareness. Muscle strength decreases, particularly in your core and legs. Vision changes make depth perception and obstacle detection harder. Reflexes slow, so you can't catch yourself as quickly, and many common health conditions or their treatments can cause dizziness or unsteadiness. The combination creates a perfect storm, where small environmental hazards you easily navigated at 70, a slightly raised rug edge, a slippery bathroom floor, poor lighting in a hallway, become life-threatening dangers at 80. Research from Johns Hopkins shows that most falls at this age happen in familiar environments, doing routine activities, not during risky behavior or unusual circumstances. After her 80th birthday, Violet installed grab bars in her bathroom and next to her bed, removed all throw rugs throughout her house, upgraded to brighter lighting, and began practicing daily balance exercises while holding her kitchen counter. 3 years later, she's never fallen, while many of her peers have suffered multiple falls with serious consequences. Your immediate action plan requires both environmental and physical changes. Install grab bars in your bathroom beside the toilet and inside the shower. Remove every single throw rug and loose carpet from your entire home. Improve lighting throughout your house, especially in hallways and stairs. Eliminate clutter and obstacles from all walking paths. Wear proper non-slip footwear, always including inside your home. And practice daily balance exercises, such as standing on one foot while holding something stable for support. These modifications aren't about admitting defeat. They're about outsmarting gravity and biology. Fall-proof your home and body before 80 because one fall can permanently change everything overnight. Change. 4. You'll need to accept help with some tasks. What's harder at 80? Losing the ability to do certain physically demanding tasks, or refusing help until you seriously hurt yourself trying? Johns Hopkins research on aging found something remarkable. Seniors who proactively accept appropriate help at 80 maintain independence in essential areas an average of 10 years longer than those who refuse all assistance out of pride or stubbornness. This happens because accepting help with difficult, dangerous, or exhausting tasks preserves your energy and safety for activities that truly matter for your quality of life. You have limited physical capacity now, and spending it all on yard work or heavy cleaning leaves nothing for grandchildren visits, hobbies you enjoy, or social activities that bring meaning to your life. The stubborn refusal to accept any help leads to predictable, preventable disasters. You exhaust yourself on low-value tasks, leaving no energy for things you actually care about. Suffer serious injuries attempting things beyond your current physical capacity, such as climbing ladders or moving heavy furniture. Experience rapid overall decline from chronic exhaustion that never allows proper recovery, and ironically lose independence much sooner when a preventable injury forces sudden, total dependence on others. The National Institute on Aging confirms that seniors who strategically accept help in appropriate areas maintain better overall function, experience fewer serious injuries, report higher life satisfaction, and preserve independence significantly longer than those who refuse all assistance until crisis forces it. At 79, Gilbert hired a neighborhood teenager for weekly yard work and a cleaning service for heavy housework rather than waiting until an injury forced the decision. He now uses his saved energy for activities he genuinely enjoys: woodworking, visiting friends, attending his grandson's baseball games, and has avoided the back and shoulder injuries that sidelined several of his neighbors. Here's your honest assessment task. Sit down this week and identify 2 to 3 physically demanding tasks you could reasonably outsource: yard maintenance, heavy cleaning, home repairs, grocery shopping, snow removal, gutter cleaning, or whatever exhausts you most. Arrange help now, while it's a proactive choice made from strength, not a desperate emergency necessity made from weakness. This isn't giving up, it's being smart about resource allocation. The mental shift required here is understanding that accepting strategic help actually preserves independence rather than surrendering it. Accepting strategic help before 80 preserves your independence for the things that matter. Stubbornness steals it away faster. Change 5. Your nutritional needs shift dramatically. At 80, eating the same way you did at 70 will leave you malnourished, weak, and declining faster than necessary. The National Institute on Aging reports that adults over 80 require 50% more protein per pound of body weight compared to middle age just to maintain existing muscle mass, need significantly increased calcium and vitamin D for bone health as absorption efficiency declines, require more fiber for digestive health as gut motility naturally slows, but paradoxically need fewer total calories because your metabolism has decreased substantially. This combination of increased specific nutrient needs with decreased overall calorie requirements creates a narrow nutritional window that most seniors miss completely, leading to simultaneous overconsumption of empty calories and underconsumption of critical nutrients. The consequences of poor nutrition after 80 are rapid and severe. Inadequate protein intake accelerates muscle loss at a rate of up to 15% annually, leading directly to frailty, loss of functional independence, and inability to recover from even minor illnesses or injuries. Insufficient calcium and vitamin D increase bone fracture risk dramatically. Your bones are already more fragile, and without proper nutrition, they become dangerously brittle. Poor overall nutrition causes persistent fatigue that limits all activity, weakens immune function leading to frequent infections, impairs wound healing, and accelerates cognitive decline. Research from Tufts University found that malnourished seniors have triple the hospitalization rate, quadruple the infection rate, and significantly higher mortality compared to adequately nourished peers of the same age. After turning 80 and following her doctor's specific nutrition guidance, Irene increased protein at every meal to at least 25 to 30 grams, added a vitamin D supplement, and focused on nutrient-dense whole foods. Her energy improved noticeably within 3 weeks. Her muscle strength stabilized instead of declining, and remarkably, her bone density actually increased slightly on her next scan. Your nutrition action plan starting immediately. Ensure every single meal includes a palm-sized portion of protein, such as eggs, fish, chicken, Greek yogurt, or beans. Eat calcium-rich foods daily, including dairy, leafy greens, or fortified alternatives. Discuss vitamin D supplementation with your doctor, as most seniors are deficient. Increase vegetable and fiber intake to support digestion. Reduce empty carbohydrates, sweets, and processed foods that provide calories without nutrition. The transformation in how you feel when properly nourished is genuinely dramatic. Energy returns, strength stabilizes, and overall well-being improves measurably. Adjust your nutrition before 80 because malnutrition at this age causes rapid, devastating decline that's difficult to reverse. Change. 6. Your relationship with healthcare becomes central. At 80, managing your healthcare effectively becomes a part-time job, whether you're ready for it or not. Research from the Mayo Clinic shows that the average 80-year-old has 3 to 4 chronic conditions requiring active management, such as high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, or heart disease. They take an average of 5 to 8 different prescriptions or supplements daily, each with specific timing and instructions. They have 12 or 15 medical appointments annually across multiple specialists who may not communicate with each other. This means healthcare coordination, medication management, appointment tracking, and health information organization become critical daily tasks that directly impact quality of life, safety, and independence. Poor management in this area leads to genuinely dangerous situations. The risks of disorganized healthcare management are severe and potentially fatal. Medication errors, taking the wrong dose, missing doses, or dangerous drug interactions cause over 100,000 hospitalizations annually in seniors, many completely preventable with better systems. Missed appointments result in uncontrolled chronic conditions that worsen unnecessarily and cause preventable complications. Lack of coordination between multiple doctors leads to duplicate testing, conflicting treatment plans, and dangerous drug interactions when one doctor doesn't know what another prescribed. Overall confusion and overwhelm causes many seniors to simply give up on managing their health properly, leading to rapid, preventable decline. The complexity only increases with age, making organization absolutely essential. Before turning 80, Nelson created 3 simple systems that transformed his healthcare management. A large weekly pill organizer he fills every Sunday evening with all medications clearly labeled. A single dedicated notebook where he records all appointments, test results, symptoms, and questions for doctors, and a laminated wallet card listing all current medications, supplements, and all doctors with phone numbers. His organized approach prevents dangerous errors and reduces stress dramatically. Your immediate organization task. Starting this week, purchase a 7-day pill organizer with multiple compartments and use it religiously. Create or buy a health information notebook and record everything in one place, never on random papers. Make a wallet card listing all medications, dosages, and all your doctors with contact information. Schedule all medical appointments on one visible calendar in your home. Most importantly, designate one trusted person, adult child, close friend, or neighbor who knows your complete medical situation and can help if you become unable to manage it yourself. These systems aren't complicated or expensive, but they're absolutely essential for safe healthcare management as complexity increases. Organize your healthcare system before 80 because chaos in this area has life-threatening consequences you can easily prevent. Let's recap the 6 life changes that happen to nearly every senior at 80 and how to prepare successfully. Your sleep architecture transforms, requiring schedule adjustments and acceptance rather than resistance. Your social circle naturally contracts, making local connection building essential before isolation hits. Balance becomes your primary safety focus, demanding immediate home modifications and daily practice. You'll need to accept help with physically demanding tasks to preserve independence in areas that truly matter. Your nutritional needs shift dramatically, requiring more protein and specific nutrients with better food choices, and your relationship with healthcare becomes central, requiring organizational systems to prevent dangerous errors. These changes are predictable, universal, and completely manageable when you prepare proactively instead of reacting after they've already damaged your quality of life. Starting now, choose one change to address this week, another next week, and within 2 months you'll be fully prepared for a successful, independent, healthy life at 80 and beyond. If this information could help someone you love prepare for this important life transition, share this video with them right now. They'll genuinely thank you for the preparation time you're giving them. Tell me in the comments whether you're approaching 80 or already there, and which change you're addressing first. Subscribe so you never miss essential information designed specifically for seniors who want to age successfully with dignity, health, and continued independence. Turning 80 can absolutely be the beginning of your best years when you're prepared with knowledge and action.